So I wanted to give a bit of an update as far as what's going on. And I got a little bit of a window as the family has gone to go do something. And so I grabbed a very sophisticated looking cup and I figured we'd head downstairs, take a look at a couple different things that I'm working on. So first of all, thought I'd show you this little guy here. I don't even know if I was in frame there, but I can't flip it post, whatever. Here we go. This is it. This is the whole studio. So I got, rocking it. Got the blanket for, apparently the older one likes to come down here and watch movies and whatnot. But this is it, man. This is the whole deal. This is a newer computer. There's the lighting. I just bought those two guys. That guy's probably not a correct light, but I like it. This is where I use my webcam because the old one was garbage. I just used my phone, prop it there. I was propping it on the Salt, but it was a little too high, so I'm propping it on the Echo Spot. But yeah, just hop down here, grab the old headphones, prop down there, and get to work. All right, so I want to, for my third attempt here, really wasting way too much time, I just want to kind of take you through what exactly I'm doing in a day. So usually, obviously, recently I've been starting off. I'm probably going to have to stop this once the season starts because I don't want copyrighted material on episodes that have ads because, I don't want advertisers getting mad at me or whatever. So I'm probably going to have to do that, unfortunately, even though this is one of my favorite things ever. But so I just got to come in here, do a couple settings, change it out. This one, this guy, and then I found this. This is, some of you probably already know who Casey Neistat is, but I just discovered him, and it's very exciting. The stuff that he's able to do, it's getting me excited to work on my YouTube craft. But just to give you an example, we'll play this out.
Is there anything more awkward in life than being in a hot tub with two strangers?
Kind of a weird clip. But anyways, so we'll stop this. We'll cut out some of this nonsense. We'll zoom out a little bit. And then all I'm going to do, change the settings back. Come on. Click happy over here. That looks good. So I'm going to import my intro. And then we're going to line this up a little bit. Kind of clean this up like this. And then what I want is, I don't want a lot of, I want it to be him talking and then boom, the intro, right? Because you don't want this.
Two strangers.
Right, there's too much of that whatever. So I got to find it, and this is very loud. I don't know if it's just in my ears or if you're hearing that too.
Two strangers.
So I think we could probably just get rid of this. Hug this up. And then we'll start from here after I clean this up. Actually, so this is, you can see the little line there where he starts talking. We'll back up a little bit so we don't clip anything. And then I'm going to go from here.
Is there anything more awkward in life than being in a hot tub with two strangers?
I messed that up. I didn't pull this back. You get the point though, right?
Is there anything more awkward in life than being in a hot tub with two strangers?
Okay, so that's that. And then I start talking, do the whole deal. And then at the very end, for the outro, I'm going to import my audio, which is the outro. It's this. I don't know if anybody cares about this or not, but then you just do the same thing. You drag it back, just kind of overlap a little bit so that it kind of fades in as I'm talking. End of story. So that's it. That's, I wake up in the morning and I've got it. That's obviously very deliberate. I want to do a daily podcast. There's a lot of people that spend a lot of time. I should probably put this on myself. There I am. So again, I want to do daily, so I need to make sure that all the extra frills, right? A lot of other people, they focus on a lot of stuff. They do actual editing. I don't do any editing. I should have showed you that too, but it's very simple. You know what it is? This button right here, that's my editing button. When I talk, I talk. And then when I don't know what to say, and apparently when you push that button now, it stops the recording. Oh, but that's it. And then you push record or push the space bar again to start recording. It cuts down. Otherwise, I don't have time for this, man. We got to get stuff out. And it's not just for the sake of getting it out. I like doing it, and I gave up my YouTube channel because I was so tired of all the work that went into it. I'm not I love doing mock drafts, but I can't do a week's worth of work just for one video. It's too much. It's too much tedious editing and all that. I hated it. So it's not just a matter of I'll grow more and I'll make more money if I get more stuff out regularly. I want to do it. It's just garbage in my way. So, whether you're just wanting to know for my sake or if you want to start a channel, cut all the use as much as you can cut it out. It doesn't matter. People don't care. I've got a episode with the Unknown Packers podcast that's coming out Tuesday. It was a lot of fun doing that. He spent a good amount of time talking about how much he admires my audio. This is $30. $30. I'm in podcasting groups on Facebook, and they're talking about these, what should I buy? And I don't know about this. And they've got these things that I don't even know how it works. You plug this into this and this into this, and there's all these dials and things and everything. And it's $30. Logitech headset. I still have. I'll be right back. This is the original Logitech headset. This is how I started the podcast. Look at that. See, one of the things is missing. This is how I got it. It was like this. One of these things. So I did hundreds of podcasts with this. It was handed to me for free by a friend who wanted to do a podcast together. So he taught me Audacity, or at least enough. He gave me this to work with. It broke, and I put tape on it. I did probably another 100 episodes with that before I decided, you know what? I'll drop $35 on a Logitech headset or whatever it costs, something to that effect. You just got to do stuff, man. Not everything's going to be perfect, and that's part of everything, and that's part of what I'm excited about with this, and even like this literal channel and video and whatever. I suck at a lot of stuff. I'm really bad at it, but I don't care. I'm just going to keep doing it, and I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'm going to do it again tomorrow. I'm going to keep getting better at it. And in 10 years, when I actually kind of figure out what I'm doing, I'm going to look back at this, and it's going to be funny, and it's going to be awesome. But you know what? I'm going to be there, and some other jagwad is going to be sitting there thinking, oh man, I got to figure out how to edit, and I got to figure out how I'm going to come up with $1,000 to get lighting. You know how cheap this piece of junk is? Guess what it does? It lights things up. It's a light. Lights are cheap. I'm upset that I spent $30 on a webcam that was garbage. You know why? Because I've got a $400 cell phone that takes fantastic video. Just figure out how to broadcast it to your computer. So, anyways, I'm ranting. Coffee break. Oh, lukewarm coffee is just the best. I like to turn the machine off. My wife gets really mad at me when I do that because maybe she'll want a cup, which she never ends up drinking that cup. But I'll turn the pot of coffee off because in about 45 minutes I'm going to want one, and I don't want blasting hot coffee. I want to just drink it like a drink. What are we talking about? So let's see. You know about the YouTube videos. As far as that goes, it's really just kind of trying to find my groove. Again, I didn't want to do Packers and draft. That was my wife's idea. Like, who cares? Just put Packers and draft on the same channel. And I'm like, you can't do that because then why not? Why can't you? So I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing. I was good. I didn't put this on there, but that's just a bridge too far. But it's really just put out content. And I just got done saying I'm not going to do draft content, and I want to show you this. It's actually really exciting. I just got done saying I'm not going to do draft content because people care less about that and they're getting excited about Packers stuff, but I don't have Packers news right now, and I got a really cool idea for some draft content. So I'm just doing whatever, man. Whatever comes to mind, I'm just putting it out there. And a big part of it is learning and growing. I'm starting way at the bottom. So I'm just stacking on subscribers, and I'm stacking on a bunch of knowledge, and whatever blips and bumps I take along the way, and all the negative comments about how garbage you are, and I put up the wrong background, and this thing was off a little bit, and so it kind of looks like that for half the video. Oh well, what am I looking for, a Pulitzer Prize? It's just I'm messing around. Pulitzer's the very wrong thing. That's absolutely the wrong award. Grammy, Emmy. I don't know. One of them. One of those is music. Hopefully one of those has to do with videography, filmography, movieography. What else is going on? So let's look at a couple things that I got going on. That's really all this video is. What's going on? And I don't see. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know what this is, man. I just promised you I would do something, and then I said, all right, let's show them how this process works. And then as I'm doing it, I'm like, this is kind of stupid. We should do something else. Hopefully you're enjoying something out of this. I have no idea. I got 3 subscribers anyways, I think. I don't know. What are we doing? So let's check out Fan to Fan Network. I want to talk. Well, since the camera's on me, because it takes a good amount of work. So, Fan to Fan Network was Alexander Basara. I should know how to say his name. Bazarski, I think is how he says it. Productions, but I think Basara is his name. I don't know. I'm not sure how that works. Um, he put out on Twitter, "Hey, I got a thing if anybody's interested." So I reached out. Let's just see, because I've been thinking about writing or whatever a little bit if I have time. I don't, but I always want more. That's just a problem with me. So anyways, I reached out and he told me some of the people that were involved and they're big name people. Now I understand that doesn't mean anything. At the end of the day, you got to deliver. Um, you got to deliver quality content people care about. It doesn't matter if you have 50 billion subscribers on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter. You can't just take that and move it to a new medium. That's one of the things I've learned very clearly. If you have a big Instagram following, you don't automatically get a big Twitter following, right? Some of these things tend to bleed over, but if you want to be good at something, you got to figure out what people want on that thing. Twitter's different than Instagram, which is different than YouTube, which is different than podcasting, which is different than Facebook. You got to be good at that thing and just dominate on that thing. So this is a separate thing. But the point is, the people there are really, really into it. And that's a big thing for me. I want to work with people that are fired up. I don't want to work with people that I have to drag along, because they're going to put in the work. And that's at the end of the day, that accounts for 90% of all this stuff. Just grinding and putting in work is going to matter. But on top of that, it just kind of kicked off. I've been skeptical all along, but I've been a part of a few of these live streams, or I've been a part of one. I've watched some of the others. It's just fun to watch. And they're still getting their footing too, right? They're still trying to figure out. They just launched a YouTube channel because it's like, I don't know, man. There's not a lot of people on Twitch. And it's like, well, there's not a lot of people on Twitch. YouTube is where you get more people. So like, oh, let's do YouTube. Plus, that's where everybody's already big. So it's easier for us to take our subscribers on YouTube and just be like, hey, check out this channel. Makes more sense. And they've already got like 200 and some subscribers with 0 videos up. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to see how that can grow. How exactly that helps me, I don't really know. I just like being a part of stuff, and I'm not very good at networking and working with people. So this is kind of a cool way to do that, especially within NFL type things. So working with Alex, as well as I don't even know if that's his first name. I don't even know, but working with him, but also some of these other guys. And it's the other thing I really like, honest to goodness, is the fact that I'm a little fish. I'm one of the smallest channels out of all the guys that are on there. I think Chiseled Adonis has like 170,000 subscribers. Um, I'm bigger than a couple, but that's motivation. Like, that's awesome that I suck at YouTube and I don't know anything about it, because I'm gonna pass all of them. Maybe not Chiseled, but I do intend on doing that. So I actually have a spreadsheet. I'd show you if I have it. I have a spreadsheet laid out, and I update it every single week with how many subscribers everybody gets and what percentage of growth that is. Because at the end of the day, as long as my percentage of growth is higher, even if they have a bigger total number, as long as my percentage is higher, I'll catch them and I'll pass them. And so far, my percentage of growth has been higher than almost everybody. Um, just is what it is, man. That's what fires me up. That's it. Just tell me I can dominate everybody, and I want in. It's not. I mean, I don't know. It's about a lot of different things, but I love building and I love growing, even when I'm not good at something. If I like doing it and I have the opportunity to build and watch it grow, super gets me fired up, man. I've had websites, I've had garbage businesses, I've had eBay businesses, I've had book selling businesses, I've had blogs and websites with writers, websites that are just me. I've had a website building company that didn't really go anywhere. Um, all kinds of stuff. I just like it. I like the growth. I like that, but it's mine. That's the point. Um, so that's Fan to Fan Network, and I'm pretty optimistic about it. I don't exactly know. I mean, I don't think I'm going to get any money from it, and I don't really care. But I guess a little bit of extra exposure. But most of all, it's the networking, number one. It's the I guess exposure, kind of, number two. I don't know, because again, it doesn't really bleed over that way. I don't expect. I think a lot of guys really expect, like, oh man, there's the network in total has almost 500,000 total YouTube subscribers. I don't expect almost any of them to come to me, right? The Steelers people follow the Steelers guy because they're Steelers fans. They're not going to come watch some Packers guy. So I'm not super concerned about that, but maybe a little bit it could help with that. and then just extra motivation, just getting excited and getting competitive. It's a competitive environment. At least for me, I'm making it that way. It's a fun interactive thing where we're working together, but in my mind also kind of competing a little bit. And I'm doing a pretty good job in that competition, even though they don't know that. They hardly even know who I am. Um, so that's Fan to Fan Network. Why don't we switch over there and I'll kind of show you that really quickly. So this is fantofannetwork.com. Lots of articles. Again, these guys are super motivated, which gets me excited. There was one guy, I guess, not really pulling his weight who got booted. Not all the teams are on board. We just got a Texans guy, but I think Saints, Vikings, Bucks, a couple others don't have yet. But the amount of content, I mean, this is it's all just from today. This is all the 21st, 21st, and then 20th. So all these articles were just posted today, and it's Friday. It's a work day, and pretty much everybody has full-time jobs as far as I know. Maybe not Chiseled, but everyone else probably does. So these guys are really work hard kind of guys. And the point of the articles, although, everybody tries to put in some content, as do I, but the point of the articles largely is to redirect to the videos, right? So there's a 300-word minimum, but you can see, obviously, and this dude does a good job too. He's growing pretty fast. Philly take with RBs, the Eagles guy. But you can see you put in a lot of work, but the point is it's about the video. So it's kind of a cool thing too, where there's a video that it's accompanying the article. So that's kind of a neat thing. The Twitch channel was the big thing they were trying to grow, and I can show you this here. This is just, that's not something. Maybe it is. Anyways, this is kind of the format. Come on, play the video.
For Sam Darnold, because he does have kind of a loop.
Jets guy.
This up, no. And with a new head coach,
this guy's actually really smart. I've listened to a couple things he said about the Packers and the Lions and whatnot. He's just kind of a general NFL guy, but he's really, really smart and fun to listen to. This is the guy that's in charge of it, fantasy football counselor. He's real big on Instagram with fantasy football. This guy's a blast. So I subscribe to every single person on the network, and I watch their videos. I can't watch all of them, but this is Big Cat. Not a big surprise what team he's for, but go check out Big Cat, man. The dude is he's just fun to watch. He's I don't know, big personality. But anyways, this is kind of the structure, right? And they're still kind of working through how the structure is going to work as far as back and forth, but it's going to be kind of cool. And again, on YouTube, which is here, FTFN is the channel. But there's going to have like before game sort of an interactive kind of deal. It's going to be fun, man. And it's just kind of an alternative media, I guess. Kind of not exactly Barstool, but kind of a similar thought process in terms of forget ESPN and those bunch of know-nothing suits. This is like the real raw fans kind of telling you how it is, which I like and I appreciate. And again, it's fun to just listen to that. A couple other things I forgot. This is where the magic happens. This is where I have to go when it's all done and I export all that and whatnot. Here's all the episodes. So I got to come in here and just show you this episode, which I just copy and paste. I don't see, and this is the other thing. It would take me a long time to actually write out a summary. If you read mine, it's the title and then it's the links, which I just have the links I copy and paste. Episode number, episode rating, which is always clean. You're welcome for that. Full episode. Then I have to upload the file here. Then I have to save it. Then once it's saved, you come back up here and you insert your ads. So I find a spot where I say, after. So when I tell you that we're taking a break, I record that time and then I just drop the ads in there. Then I have to save it again. Here's the thing, though. Usually, for whatever reason, I've started a habit that I can't break. I walk away at that point. I've saved it now twice. Here's the thing. It's a draft. It's not, so I got to go boop and boop. And that's it, and it's done. And I forget that at least once a week at this point. It's absolutely insane. One other thing, now that we've got it here, that I want to show you. This is my favorite thing ever, and it costs a good amount of money. But it's absolutely worth it for my YouTube videos, and I can use it for the podcast if I wanted to. I would have to have a need for it, but it's all just music, and it's all the music you could ever want, and it gets me super excited because in my YouTube videos I've had a new song. If you've listened to my YouTube stuff, new song for every video so far because I can't help but coming in here and just listening to these songs and getting excited about the prospect of having it in here. Some of them obviously don't work, but
hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up.
Probably wouldn't work for what I do, but I dig it, man. I gotta turn this down. It's so blasting in my ears. And just kind of like picturing like the music with my attitude and the way that I talk and all that. Obviously, this isn't gonna work. I don't know. I love it, man. And so I pay so that I can use all this. And the other really cool thing that I utilize, some of these are really cool, but I don't think it would necessarily work for the, like I like that, but you know, I kind of want more of a upbeat, happy kind of thing. But here's the cool thing, if I can find a better, like this. Sometimes like for the intro, I don't want the full thing like this, the whole thing going, right? So check this out. You've got the stems. So here's the drum section of just this song. So I can play this as I'm talking, talking, and then I'll drop the whole file in there, which is the full mix, and then you just drop the whole thing, right? It's kind of like the let the beat build whatever nonsense thing, but I get to build it myself, and you got the different things, the melody, oh, there probably isn't, that's just words, right? The instrumentals, if I wanted to do that. So I could have this playing, which would kind of work, and the bass. That would not work. But you get what I'm... So I don't know, man. This is what I'm saying. I love the creative aspect of the YouTube channel and being able to do stuff like this. And I'm just playing with the video, and I'm not doing a good job of it here. But again, I'm just trying to run you through what it is I'm working on, what it is I'm doing. Obviously, this is where I'm making my videos. It's Adobe Premiere. Just kind of having fun with it. I got, my little end card with I got the colors from the Packers colors. I just pulled up what the colors are. The audio, I'm playing with that. The videos, you just drop the different video clips in there. And again, this is kind of what I'm talking about as far as optimizing your time. So for the draft, or even for the Packers thing, I'll record as much as I can record without messing it up, and then you stop it. And then I'll drop that clip, this guy right here, however long this is, not very long, great picture, by the way, and I'll just drop it in there. And then you just take all the clips, drop it, add the music, and you're done. That's how you're going to get content out regularly. The other thing I use a little bit is this is Adobe Audition, only for one really cool feature, though. I can take a 2-minute song and turn it into a 30-minute song with some of the features that they have. I could just copy and paste it, but it's going to sound terrible with, fading out and then fading back in. You're gonna hear it end and start again, which I don't really want with the songs. Or you could try to cut it and marry the rhythm up, but that that would take me forever. And again, it's about optimizing your time. So I found that little gem, and that works out quite nicely. So the last thing I want to show you, and this is highly proprietary information. I'm considering putting this together and putting it up for some of maybe the high dollar patrons, but this takes a lot of work. This is what I'm working on for my previews for the what I'm going to do for YouTube is do position breakdowns, top 10 at each position. So I've got the 10 at each one. I've got the overall. This is their name, whether they're an FBS. The only guy that's not in all these positions that I have is Trey Lance at NDSU. A bunch of different things, but the big cool thing is I've got the PFF Elite for college. So I've got some really, really cool things. For example, how many rushing yards they have, but not only that, how many are scramble yards compared to design yards, completion percentage, as well as adjusted completion percentage, yards per attempt, touchdowns, interceptions. I did touchdown to interception ratio because it's pretty basic math, even though PFF didn't do it. How many sacks they incurred, so you can kind of look at that. The drops from their wide receivers, passer rating, pressures. What is their PFF grade under pressure, to give you an idea of how well they do under pressure. That's not the right thing. I feel like there's more. Oh, there we go. I just got to slide it over a little bit. And then I've got some notes for injuries and transfers and whatnot. And I've gotten this broken down for each of these, as you can see, with obviously different things. Receiving grade, overall grade, receiving grade, drop grade, drops, receiving reception percentage, all different stuff. But also the cool thing, I'm looking at what percentage are they in the slot, kick return attempts to see if they've ever really attempted that kind of stuff, how many yards they get, kick return grades, punt return attempts, yards, and grades. For running back was a lot of fun. So I've got the running stuff right here, and then I've got the receptions somewhere. So I've got receiving information, receiving grades, and then, blocking also. I've added in how good of blockers they are, because that's another dynamic for running backs that I want to include, especially with tight ends, because tight ends are receivers. They are occasionally runners if they line up in the backfield. They're pass blockers. They're primarily run blockers. They're all these different things. So I spent a lot of time putting this together. Some of you are screen capturing this. But it's going to be a lot of fun. So that's what I'm working on tomorrow. So for tonight, what I'm going to do is put together some notes for the podcast as far as what happened in training camp, as well as I'll just leave this up so you can just observe it. I don't care. Again, I'll probably put this on Patreon, but it's not going to be for $1. What was I saying? As well as the interviews that the coaches did, kind of come up with some notes and do kind of similar to what I did. So that'll be for tomorrow's podcast as well as tomorrow's YouTube. And then what I'm going to do is I've got it all laid out. So I've got quarterback, wide receiver, running back, tight end, offensive tackle, guard, and center. So this is Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because I record on Saturdays and Sundays. So I've got tomorrow and Sunday to get a podcast, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 YouTube videos, as well as an additional one for the Packers YouTube. So it's going to be jam-packed. I would get up early, but I've tried getting up at 2 in the morning, and my wife gets very, very mad at me. She does not like when I do that because I'm not getting any sleep. So 3 o'clock it is. I got to be up and after it, and no wasted time. So anyways, I have no idea if any of this is interesting to you. If it's not, just unsubscribe, and that will kind of tell me that this is not interesting to you, and I won't do anymore. But that's just kind of the groundwork outside of what I just showed you now. These are the projects I'm working on, kind of some of the reasoning behind why I do what I'm doing. And then from here on, we can kind of just look at growth and some of the ideas that are going through my head and my thought process on things, why I'm doing certain things, what I'm doing. If there's anything new going on, a lot of times I just don't say it, right? I mention Fan to Fan Network, but I don't really go in depth on the podcast too much. It's just kind of, hey, please go check it out. If there's something that comes up, if there are opportunities come on up, I'll talk to you about it, because this is kind of just where, again, there's the actual things that I do. There's post-production that I put out for people that just want to see what's out there. But there's also kind of this ride, and I do feel like there's a lot of people that are kind of a part of it. And if you want to just kind of jump on it with me and see what it's like to go on this roller coaster and whatnot, then feel free to subscribe, and I'll try to do this as much as possible. I gotta, again, it's really just a matter of finding that rhythm and finding a routine to which this is kind of normal. One of the things I could probably do is just record me doing the podcast, I suppose. I just have to behave myself and not, do anything off color while the thing is paused and I think nobody's paying attention, going on angry rants and rampages. But that could be something I could do too. I don't know. But anyways, I got to cut it off there, man. I got way too much to do, and the family will probably be home, and I've wasted all my opportunities. But take care, and I'll talk to you later.